Hi, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to talk to us about being careful with how we talk to children. For the past 1 week, I have been trying to make my 2-year-old baby understand certain statement that was made by her teacher. She kept saying to me, "Mommy, my tummy," when I went to pick her up from school. And I was like, "Is your tummy paining you, mommy?" She said, "No, it's not paining me." But she didn't say anything because her teachers were clearly there. So when we stepped out of the class and we're heading home, she now still said, "Mommy, my tummy." And I was like, come on, what is wrong with your tummy? Does it hurt?" She said, "No, but my tummy is big." Mind you, this is the first time in her life she's saying to me that her tummy is big. So I said, "Who told you that your tummy is big?" She said, "Her auntie." I was like, "Oh no, your auntie didn't mean it that way. Your tummy is beautiful, my angel." She said, "No, it's big." I said, "It's beautiful." She said, "It's big." So we laughed and then we went home. Throughout that weekend, each time I call her to eat food, she would tell me that her tummy is big. So because of that, she's not going to eat her food. I struggled to make her eat throughout the weekend until I told her daddy, and her daddy was able to convince her that she should eat her food. Her tummy is actually not big, right? What am I trying to say? Apparently, she is the type that likes drinking a lot, water a lot. So she kept asking for water and water and water throughout in school, and she didn't eat that particular day. It was a Friday. So because she did not eat, when the other pupils in the class were done eating, she now told her auntie, her teacher, that she wanted to eat food. And then the teacher was like, "You are not hungry, your tummy is still big." She did not understand where the teacher was coming from, but she interpreted it wrongly. And throughout that weekend, she refused to eat food because, according to her teacher, her tummy was big. On the other hand, the teacher was trying to tell her that with the way your tummy is bulging, there's no how you would be hungry, right? So now this girl is just a 2-year-old, but it took me and her dad almost 1 week to really disabuse her mind from the fact that her tummy is not big. She's just 2 years. So imagine if she was older and the teachers didn't clear the air. I had to take her the very next week. On the Monday, I met all her 4 class teachers, and I told them that I don't know which one of you told my baby girl that her tummy was big, and because of that, she couldn't eat throughout the weekend. I struggled to make her eat. The entire week, the teachers had to keep telling her that you should eat, your tummy is not big, you should eat, your tummy is beautiful, and all of that. What am I trying to say? We have to be intentional about how we relate with these young minds, because they may interpret what we're saying in a wrong way, and it will affect their self-confidence, affect their emotions. It might even affect their health. Imagine if I didn't push to know what was making her not eat her food simply by a statement. And we know, I don't know about other countries, but we know in this country, Nigeria, where I am from, that teachers' statements are taken as serious laws by their pupils. You as a parent, your children don't used to, easily believe what you say, as long as their teachers have different opinions. As a matter of fact, anything, even if their teachers make a mistake, you cannot as a parent afford to correct them, except that teacher comes back to say, "Okay, I made a mistake, this is how it's supposed to be." It takes time for the children to really accept your own correction, because as far as they're concerned, their teachers are the best. Their teachers don't make mistakes. Their teachers are the perfect example of models that they see when it comes to anything they are learning. If a teacher mistakenly says 1 plus 1 is 3, believe me, even if you take how many days to tell the child that it's not 3, it's actually 2, they would believe their teachers on more than yours. I don't know why it's like that. That's how I was when I was in my primary school. I always believed that my teachers were right. They cannot be wrong in any way. So let's not be careless with our words around children. Let's be intentional before we bruise their ego, we bruise their confidence. Let's be intentional. Think through before you make statements around children. Think deeply. How will it affect them? How will they react to it? Is there any better way of saying this? How can I say it that will not hurt them or will not make them misinterpret me? You have to take intentional steps to achieve that. If not, you may end up destroying the lives and future and destinies of a lot of these young ones because their lives are innocent. They have innocent and pure minds. So they take in everything that we say the way that we say it. That is that. I just thought to let us know that we have strong impact on these young ones with their young minds being so naive, so innocent. They wholeheartedly believe what we say, even if we don't mean what we're saying in certain ways, or they easily misinterpret what we say. So please be concise as possible and express yourself in a way that they will understand. I mean, try to come down to their level of understanding. Don't just assume they understand. You see, in my child's case, her teacher assumed that the baby understands that because she has taken a lot of water, there might not be space for food to, get in. But she, on the other hand, just feels like, okay, her tummy is big and there's no point to eat food. That's what happened. So in every of our conversations with the little ones, let's be sure that we carry them along, them understand what we're saying per second, because it will help in shaping who they eventually become in life. Thank you so much, guys. I guess I'll see you in my next video. Bye.